Amazing parenting. We empower parents to positively impact their children.
Hello parents, Grace here with Amazing Parenting. How are we doing today? How are your children? How's your family? I'm sure everything is going wonderfully. But in case it's not, here at Amazing Parenting, we have over 200 videos on helping parents bridge that gap between parent and child to make your relationship stronger with your children, making it more richer with your children, and making it more enjoyable with your children. On this channel, you will find tips, tools, strategies, and ideas on making sure you and your children grow and get to that place you want to get to in the future with your children. So we're going to continue with our theme of helping and making sure our children are safe online. And just in case you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. Click the notification bell. Share this video with at least one other parent. If we shared this video with at least one other parent, we could circle the globe 10 times over. So let's share it with at least one other parent. And leave a comment below. Leave a comment. Even if it's a thumbs up. Even if it's a, hi Grace, how you doing? I like the videos. Leave a comment below. And if there's a particular subject you want me to do a topic on, leave a comment below and I will endeavour to do a video on it for all of you. Okay, so let's get into it. So today we're talking about how we can protect our children from online dangers. Online dangers. Our children have phones, have gadgets. Unless you're going to go and live on top of a mountain, or you're going to remove your child's, social media or their phone away from them from forever, we have to look at ways of protecting our children online rather than removing the phones, removing the gadgets, removing all of those things from them. They're living in a world where all of this is accessible, but we have to teach them how to be safe with these gadgets, with these phones, and being online. So let's look at the first one. Keep communication open. Our children must know if they see or hear anything online that is dangerous, that is, a bit scary for them, they need to be telling us. And they need to know that when they tell us, we're not going to just rip their phone away from them and tell them off on what site did they go on to get this kind of information. We need to keep those communication lines open to let them know they can come and tell us, if they've seen something online, heard something online that was not right. They should be able to feel that if I tell my dad about this, he's going to be able to talk to me on a level and I still won't lose my phone. I won't lose my phone. So let's keep communication lines open with our children regarding online dangers. Okay, let's teach our children about being recognizing risk early. So the day you give your child a phone is the day you're telling them about the risks of being online. That's the day you give them. We must be telling our children phones are not toys. That's why I don't necessarily agree with, parents giving their children phones while they're still in primary school. It's something that we need to be thinking about. Phones are not toys. We must be teaching our children the risks about having phones and going online. So we must be telling them early. So as soon as you give your child a phone, maybe they've started secondary school, they're going to be getting the bus, getting the train by themselves, and they're going to be going online. We need to be talking about the risks online. We need to talk to them about strangers online. We need to be talking about scams and bullying online. And I'll go more into bullying, cyberbullying a bit later on, maybe in another video. But we must be talking to our children about these risks that are online. Phone is not just for, chatting to your friend or calling home to say you're on your way. But there are risks online. And if we're not talking to our children about it, if and when they see these risks, they're not going to know what to do. So bullying online, inappropriate content that they're seeing or that is, coming up on their phones, they must be aware of these things that are online. And privacy risks. Again, we'll talk a little bit more about privacy risks on our children's phones and on their gadgets. Number 3, let's talk about setting digital boundaries on our phones, on our children's phones. If you are a parent and your child is on the phone regularly, for homework, for interacting with their friends. Make sure you too have those parental locks, parental gadgets on your phone that lets you see, those apps on your phone that lets you see what your child is doing on their phone. Let them know that anything they want to download on their phone, they must come to you first. Even if you've given them a small account where they can download things, they must still come to you and ask before they download anything onto their phones. There must be screen time. I think I've mentioned this before, but it doesn't, hurt mentioning it again. Have sanctions on your children's phones. It's not they just come home from school and they're on their phones 24/7. There must be times when they're on their phones. And if you're teaching your children, there must be times on their phones. They too must see you. They too must see us without our phones in our hands. So it's a two-way street. We must be teaching them there are sanctions to your phone. You're not going to be on your phone 24/7. But every time they look at you, you've got your phone in your hand. Okay, so let's teach screen times. Apps, the uses of apps. What are apps for? As parents, we don't need to know every single app and what it does and what it doesn't do. But we must be knowing what apps are on our children's phones and what do those apps do? What is it on your phone for? How is this helping you to do whatever it is you need to do? Know what the apps are on your children's phones. And have device-free zones. So maybe at the dinner table, again, I've mentioned this before, have areas in your home where there's no devices. Get your children used to having no phone in their hand, no device in their hand. Get them used to having their phone in another room and they're in a separate room. Get that culture just happening in your house as soon as you're introducing mobile phones into your child's life. Number 4, know the apps and platforms your children are on. Follow your children on the platforms they're on. If they have Facebook, follow them on Facebook. If they have Twitter, follow them on Twitter or X. If they're on whatever social media platform they're on, follow them. I mean, I have parents say, but sometimes the children, they have separate accounts that you don't know that they have. Fine, that is possible. Follow the ones that you know that they have. And if you find out that your child has an account that you don't know about, that's a massive open door for you to talk about. So why would you have a platform? Why would you be on a platform that you don't want your dad to know? Why would you be on a platform that you're keeping secret from your mom? That's an open door for a conversation. So follow your children on the platforms they are on. And then we'll look at, like we said, privacy. Make sure your children are not giving out their address, their name, the name of their school on social media, their live locations. They're not giving these out on their phones to anybody and everybody. They're really explaining to them the importance of privacy on social media, the importance of privacy on their phones, on their gadgets, that they have privacy settings on their phones and they're being used. They're using their privacy settings. And it doesn't hurt for you as mum, you as dad, to also have those same settings, that you know who's on their phone as well. You know the friends that they're following as well. You don't have to know every single friend on their phone, but the ones that you hear your child mention, John, Sally, Peter, John, inquire about those and those friends. But we must teach our children about the privacy that they must be maintaining on their phones. Okay, let's leave it there today. Remember, all parents can be great parents. It is a journey. It is a journey, and we will get there. Remember to share this video with at least one other parent, and if you've not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It's totally free. Thank you for watching. Bless you.
Amazing parenting. We empower parents to positively impact their children.